All right, everybody. Good Monday morning to you. I was just arriving here in, what's the name of this place? Belton, Texas? Yeah, Belton. At a Tarco plant. And if you come here, do not follow the signs to shipping and receiving. Because I did that and had to turn around and come back here. And I just walked up and talked to this fella here to the left, and he told me to pull on up. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to be dumping, but he told me to pull up to here. Alright. He still needs to check my paperwork. Here's what I got. Keep pulling up. Okay, so he's having me, he checked my paperwork and he's having me pull up. I'm watching him in my mirror. All right, he stopped me. Now he wants me to untarp. Okay guys, so I'm positioned where he wants me, and he walked over there somewhere to turn the auger on, but let me show you where we're dumping. It's very noisy here. So once I lift up, he's gonna have me dump into this thing that forces the granules into this. See down in there's an auger. So that's where we're gonna be dumping. And of course I'll just be opening my gate right here to let the product out. That's how it's going to work. I'll try to show you some of it when he comes back. Okay guys, I'm going to try to give you a shot of this while it's unloading. Here's how it works. He's got this little dumper here that feeds it into the auger grate. Still got a lot to go. That's how it works. Here's my friendly unloader here. That's what we got. Probably gonna take another 30 or 45 minutes. It's kind of slow. That's how it goes. And that auger, I guess, takes it up into there somehow. All right, hold it. Okay guys, I'm in Marble Falls, Texas. Just started getting loaded here. I don't really know what this stuff is. Dispatcher said it was going to be clay, but I don't think it's clay. They called it 1/4 by half Fairland Pink, whatever that is. So I'll show you this one more time. And this delivers to a Marazzi, I think it's a tile making plant in Sunnyvale, Texas, which is not a long trip. It's up just east of Dallas. So he's trying to put 23.5 to 23.75 tons in there. Said he could probably get within 2/10 of a ton for accuracy. So the scale for this place is about a half a mile back up the road there. So after I get loaded, I've never been here before, you know, as usual. I'll have to go back around to the left to scale out, check out with the shipping office. But that's how it goes. All right, guys, so I got loaded. It's a pretty quick load. He put 4 or 5 partial scoops in there. I'm headed back to the scale to see how it looks. Giving you a look. Marble Falls, Texas, they call it. So there's the scale there to the right. You see a couple of trucks coming off. This is the exit right here. This is Collier Materials, established in 1973. Oh yeah. So they got stuff going on way over here to the right, way up the hill. Over here to the left, pretty much this whole area. It looks like some sort of a quarry. I would say, you know, I picked up a handful of that product he was loading, and I would say it's like a quartz type product. Little pieces. Just giving you a look of things. Looks like they have lots of different types of things. So I still got my tarp rolled off. Did not have to move my bows for that load. So we'll get on the scale here, and the scale operator is just inside there. So we'll see what she thinks and take it from there. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go over and get about another 800 to 1,000 pounds, hopefully, because I weighed about, with me out of the truck, I weighed about 78.3. So with me in the truck, that'll put me at about 78,550 or so. So I'm gonna go ask him for about 800 pounds. Because I've got fuel. I'm okay on fuel. I've got about a half a tank of fuel, and it's pretty quick over here. So I'm just gonna zip back over here, get a little more. Well, I hope it's quick. Depends on how many trucks are over here. Give you a look at this now. So you see down straight ahead, they got what they call the pit down there. We're going over here. Well, there's at least 2 trucks ahead of me that I can see, but still, it doesn't take too long. I'd rather go ahead and try to get a little more, make everybody happy. I mean, the lady in the scale house was okay with me weighing 78.3. But that guy, the loader, he seems pretty accurate and loaded a little to the light side, I would say. So we'll go get a little more. Won't take but a few minutes. So one of these trucks in front of me is one of their trucks. All right, so I got one truck that's just pulling into loading position, and then this truck in front of me. It won't take 10 minutes. All right, folks, so that truck is moving along. Thought I'd give you a look at this truck getting loaded. It's a pretty big front end loader, so looks like he normally puts in, you know, maybe 4 scoops. I can't tell what he's saying. I'll get back to you. All right, so this is him just putting the last little partial load on there to get the weight right. Probably wasn't even a half of a scoop. He's already hollered at me, and I told him 1,000 pounds max. All right, that's how it worked. Okay. Loader says he put 800 pounds in. He definitely doesn't want to overload us, which I appreciate. It's a lot easier to come and get a little put on than to have to take it off. A couple of weeks ago, I was getting a load of some scrap metal somewhere, I forget. And I was about 500 pounds heavy. I had to go and open up the back chute and shovel a few hundred pounds off. Just slows you down, you know. Takes too much time. You got to go back over the scale. Anyway, this ought to be just right. This is just an old county road here, but man, a lot of traffic. A lot of traffic coming in and out of this place. All right. So let's do this all again. I ain't gonna show you the whole thing, but you know, we're gonna have to go up here, hop back on the scale, go inside, get our paperwork. Then I've got to put my tarp back on and hit the road. I won't be able to deliver this today. I plan on doing it as soon as they open up in the morning, which I don't really know. I hadn't even looked that far into the work order. But it'll take me about an hour to get back to I-35 north. So I'll just try to get up somewhere south of Dallas today, camp out, and then we'll knock the rest of it out in the morning. I don't know, I may call the place, see if they have any overnight parking. But yeah, I don't know. Be trying to go through the Dallas and surrounding area traffic late in the afternoon. I don't know. We'll think about that a little more. All right, folks, so I just checked in here at my delivery customer in Sunnyvale, Texas. Got my mud flaps put away. Got my tarp rolled back. And the nice lady in the scale house told me to come around here to this warehouse. And I'm looking for bin number 5. Gotta let this loader get out of the way. All right. All right, so number 5 is going to be on down. She said the bins on the left are odd numbers. All right, I got a stop sign. It's going to be one of these places where it's tight turn to get in the bin, it looks like. So here's number 3, and then the next one is number 5. what number 5 looks like. This stuff is pretty wet too. It's been dripping water out of the back. Okay. All right, well, let me get positioned in here. I'll try to show you something. It's pretty dark back in here though. You might not can see very well. Okay guys, so I'm dumped. It's pretty dark back in here, so you might not can see too well. I've already got my mud flaps hung up, and I went through it a couple of times with my broom, but it dumped out pretty clean. A little bit of moisture left on the bottom of the trailer. But there's the pile right there. Kind of a hard, quartzy little product. But that's it. You know, I had to kind of dump at an angle, but it worked out pretty good. Dumped cleaner than I expected. So I'm gonna shut my door, get my tarp on, and check out. Call the dispatcher and see if he's got a load. Okay, everybody. Well, it's about 10 a.m. I waited about an hour after making that delivery there in Sunnyvale, Texas, to get, well, I had to drive about 15 miles up the road, found a TA to park at for a little bit, but it took them about an hour to dispatch me to my next place, and it's not even a load yet. They said, the dispatcher said the freight down in Texas and even Oklahoma is just really dried up. So he's got me deadheading back to the North Little Rock area, which will work actually for me. I mean, he didn't have any loads, which is really odd. Down in this area, or southwest Arkansas, or Oklahoma, Shreveport. I mean, I can think of a lot of places I've picked up in those areas, and for them not to have any loads, that's kind of worrisome. So I don't know what's going on there, but we're about to hop on I-30 East. And since I'm going to be in the North Little Rock area this afternoon, I called a dermatology office, and you know, I had an appointment for tomorrow afternoon set, because that was our target for getting me back through there so I can get these stitches out of my face. They actually wanted me to come in yesterday, but it wasn't going to work out with the loads I had, so shooting for Wednesday. But now that I'm gonna be back in town this afternoon, I called them and they've got me an appointment for 3:15 this afternoon. So that's awesome. That should give me time to get to the Oakley North Little Rock yard and maybe even get a quick shower, hop in the Jeep, and you know, the dermatology office is about 10 minutes maybe from the North Little Rock Oakley yard, so should be able to make that. Get these stitches out. I'm ready to do that. All right, so like I say, we're about to hop on I-30 eastbound. Got about 4 hours of driving to get to North Little Rock, assuming we don't run into any terrible traffic, which we shouldn't. And then we'll see what's next. You know, I doubt he's going to have me trying to get something late this afternoon. Hopefully he'll find me something for tomorrow morning. Nice weather day. I talked to Robert too about half an hour ago, and he's in North Alabama doing a couple of short loads. I mean, at least he's moving, but you know, he's got short loads, 100 miles, 150 miles. yeah, hopefully the freight's going to pick back up pretty soon. I don't know if this is pre-holiday. Why? I mean, normally, at least, you know, I haven't even completed my first full year yet with Oakley, but, you know, I started last December, and they did, you know, they did tell us that things kind of slowed down in the winter, picked back up in March, but I don't know about now, November. Anyway, going down the road.